I encourage members on the floor and staff to come to my desk and check out my pictures I have. I have 2 pictures that I had for 6 years in the house. One is a picture of Willie Mays making the great catch in 1954 against the Cleveland Indians. The Cleveland Indians that year set a record for most wins. They had 4 pitchers win 20 games. Vic Wirtz, a former Tiger, hit one way over Willie's head. Willie ran back, caught it with a great catch, like a basket catch like this. Pivoted and held all the men to the base as they were. Long before, as a child, long before I wanted to be Michael Jackson, I wanted to be Willie Mays. He was my hero. Willie Mays is still living today in his mid-90s, and today is the oldest living, greatest baseball player there ever was in my mind. My second picture comes from the 1968 World Series. For the old folks here, you might remember it. It's a picture of Lou Brock being tagged out at home plate by Bill Freehan. It was the 5th game of the World Series. We were down 3-1. The score was 3-1. It was the 5th inning. Our shortstop was Mickey Stanley. Our manager made a great move at the end of the year and put the center fielder at shortstop to bring Al Kaline in to play the outfield because Al Kaline was hurt most of the year. Lou Brock was on second base, and he set a record that year or the year after of most stolen bases that he had. He had a record for the most stolen bases ever until Rickey Henderson beat that record. He was real fast. He was on second base. There was a line shot base hit to left field. In talking to Al Kaline, he tells me that if Mickey Stanley would have been a regular shortstop, he never would have flinched, and Lou Brock wouldn't have flinched, and he would have made it easy to home plate. But Mickey Stanley jumped in the air for a ball 20 feet over his head. Lou Brock flinched for a second and then ran for home. Our great left fielder, Willie Horton, got the ball in one hop, threw a one-hop strike to home plate, and tagged Lou Brock out. And if you look at the picture, you can tell that it looks like he's not going to touch the white part of home plate. It looks like he's going to touch the black part of home plate. Years later, in the 80s, when I was at a card show in St. Louis, Lou Brock was there. I went to go see Lou Brock and get his autograph. I put my ball down, and Mr. Brock had his head down, and he said to me, "Son, where are you from?" And I said, "I'm from Detroit, sir." And he lifted his head up, and I looked down, and he said I was safe, and I said you were out at the same time, and the whole crowd laughed. We got him. We won that game on a base hit by Al Kaline later in the game. We won the World Series 4-3, but Lou Brock was a wonderful ball player in the Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, we lost him during COVID. So I encourage people to come over and see my pictures, and I'll regale you more stories about baseball. And I ask that my remarks be printed in the journal, sir.
Without objection, so ordered.